So how significant is this Macron and VDL visit to China in your mind?
I think we cannot overestimate how important it is for Europe and for European businesses. It's critical that we have this dialogue. And right now, when we have a new government in place in China, it is absolutely the right time. Also, there is a very rich agenda to talk about in regards to Ukraine, also in regards to trade and investment. So this is something that we in the European Chamber very much welcome and have been looking forward to.
You know, the phraseology and the language used by both Macron as well as van der Leyen ahead of this trip is interesting, right? Because they're focusing on the word de-risking and avoiding the word decoupling. And this was pretty evident in van der Leyen's speech just a couple of days ago, which was actually quite eyebrow-raising. It was a very big change, right? Regarding China very much and publicly as a strategic competitor, right? So they're going to hedge those sorts of risks, but at the same time, being very, very intent on continuing to engage China in terms of business, trade, investment, etc. One issue overhanging this is the CAI, the investment agreement between the EU and China, that sort of got put on the back burner or possibly even died a slow death in 2019. What are the chances of that investment agreement being revived, do you think? At this stage, pretty low, or...?
I think at this point in time, they're probably approximating zero. I should say that it is something that we have been working on for the past 7 years. So obviously, it is something that we had hoped could come to fruition. But right now, we do not really see that there's movement in terms of trying to address the underlying causes that sort of led to the initial European sanctions. So unless we begin to see some real traction on the underlying issues, then I think it's difficult to see that this is being revived. So I don't think that anyone has the expectation that we are going to see significant traction in the short term on this one here.
So, you know, Macron himself, he's splitting off, and he's actually traveling down to the south of the country with Xi Jinping, and he's got in trail with him a huge business entourage, right, including probably some of your members, folks from Airbus, EDF, the nuclear giant, etc. On the one hand, you would think that Macron would love to make some big sort of headline-grabbing announcements about billions of dollars worth of deals signed, etc. But the optics and the politics of it probably wouldn't be a good look, given what's going on still in Ukraine. So at the end of the day, what are we going to hear out of this meeting?
First of all, I think it's very important also to focus on that they're actually traveling together, von der Leyen and Macron. I think, if anything, this is a show also of European unity. And I think both of the leaders will impress upon the Chinese leadership that right now everything is being viewed through the lens of Ukraine. And I think that it should not be underestimated the potential impact it could have also on European-China trade if we see further expressions of support from China for Russia in its aggression against Ukraine. And I think this point will also be made clearly. But that being said, there are, of course, significant trade interest also that needs to be looked after. And I think you're right in your observation that Europe is talking about de-risking rather than decoupling. I think Europe is being realistic in the way that it sees that sort of a wholesale decoupling simply is not feasible in one way or the other, and it's not something, frankly, to be desired.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.